If there's one thing authors all have in common, it's the hope and dream that their books will be the next best-selling book on the planet. No matter how hard we work to moderate our expectations and plan realistically, we all dream of seeing our books in the hands of readers in coffee shops, gracing the windows of bookstores, winning awards, and going viral on TikTok. The truth is, we all won't reach #1 New York Times bestseller status, and most of us don't expect that. But it would be nice to make it to the top of an Amazon browse category, or be the talk of our own carefully curated niche audience of readers, right? That is possible for all of us, but it's still not an easy feat. There are rare unicorns that seem to come out of nowhere and win at everything. I recently listened to a slightly out of date podcast interview with Travis Baldree, author of the smashing success cozy fantasy book Legends and Lattes. I was expecting to hear all sorts of creative insights on how he marketed the book while he was writing it in order to achieve such a high level of instant success for a debut novel. He sounded just as surprised by his success as I was to hear there's no step-by-step formula to follow. Side note, another thing we authors have in common, no matter how much we know there is no step-by-step formula to success, we still keep looking for one. Am I right? So it is possible to launch your debut novel to nothing but fanfare and people throwing money at you. But for every one of those seemingly mythical tales, there are thousands of real-life stories about authors who had to fight for their wins. Social media, ad campaigns, ARC teams, book tours, Kickstarter, lead magnets, and plenty of prayers, generally followed by slow growth before finally starting to revel in the joy and dopamine that is success. For those of you out there who love a challenge, that may have sparked a fire in you, sending you straight back to your computer full of ideas and inspiration. For others, it's a little more daunting. The one thing I can guarantee all successful authors have in common is this: they don't stop. Even the authors who hit it big on their first try keep going, or their success would fade quickly. But the vast majority of authors keep writing. They don't stop with one book, no matter how many copies they sell. They write another, and then another, and then another, and they keep going. Being a self-published author is a business, yes. There are many tasks that must be done in order to keep any business running. It's never just one thing. You can't just write. You must also market and sell. But writing can be your priority. Your next book has the potential to be the marketing and sales tool perfectly curated to boost the success of your last book. If nothing else, my goal here is always to encourage and inspire you to write more books and publish them. Of course, Atticus is designed to help you take the muddle out of the middle of the publishing process and get your book formatted to perfection with ease. But I also like to share other resources that help make your author career better in some way. With that in mind, I've arranged for an exclusive event for Atticus authors. On Friday, March 1st, 2024 at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, I will be welcoming Maxwell Alexander Drake to present his newest class live to our community of YouTube and Facebook Atticus authors. Drake is an award-winning traditionally published author currently transitioning into the self-publishing indie space. I first met him years ago at the 20 Books to 50K conference in Las Vegas, but he has been a sought-after creative writing presenter for nearly 2 decades, teaching everywhere from San Diego to Saudi Arabia. What's this new class, you ask? It's all about how to write a book series. We'll be streaming this event live together, and he'll be sticking around after to answer any questions and interact with everyone who joins us live. The replay will be available for a very limited time, only through the weekend. And then it'll be taken down because this is going to be a paid resource. I really hope you'll be able to join us live, but if not, please make time in your weekend to soak in the replay. And don't forget, bring a notepad. Beyond writing your next book, there are many ways that you can expand your reach as an author. I'm constantly sharing events and virtual conferences that cover all topics related to self-publishing. I always encourage you to pick and choose the events that apply to your niche as an author, because not all events are going to be targeted to all genres or audiences. Some are designed for fantasy authors, others are horror or nonfiction. One in particular is targeted towards women. The Women in Publishing Conference is just around the corner, happening from March 6th through 9th, 2024. This event is extremely well organized and laser targeted to help women at all stages of their publishing journey, with multiple tracks that cover everything from writing craft to production, marketing and launch to business growth. The resources are incredible. I'm extremely honored to be presenting Atticus to the community and equally excited to learn from all of the other professionals who will be presenting. It's a live virtual event, and there will be plenty of online networking. They've even organized a publisher speed dating event, which I find highly intriguing. If you register for the conference, you'll have access to all the replays until the end of the year, which is plenty of time to watch, rewatch, and learn everything you can. The schedule is going to be linked in the description box below. And with all of that said, I have a lot of preparation to do for these live events, but I really hope to be seeing and chatting with you in one of them very soon.